This is my review on Love is Blind Germany. I usually do multiple videos, but this was my first season watching it. Clearly it's for season 1, and there was a lot going on, but then there's nothing going on at the same time. That makes any sense. So I didn't want to make multiple videos, longer videos. So I'm just gonna smush it all together. This video is probably gonna be 45 minutes long, maybe an hour. We'll see. So I'm not going episode by episode. I'm just going over overall the couple's connection, the drama, the wedding, the wedding episode, and the reunion. So the first couple I want to talk about is Hani. Is it Honey or Hani? Like Hani, and Daniel. I can see why they got along in the pods, with their humor, the self-deprecating humor, joking around, teasing. I personally have a problem with that. When people like Hani are like, oh, my love language is teasing and annoying you. That's not good. That is fucking annoying. It gets old fast. I personally don't like that shit. I get very irritated, annoyed easily. I would snap. I would just react. So Daniel has a lot of patience. He's the same way, but he's very, very patient. Daniel, from what it seemed like, was a good man to her, and I don't think she liked him like that. I just think she liked the attention, just like when she was flirting with Elias. Yeah, I think Hani was definitely there for clout, to be famous, for recognition. She was already an influencer before this. Good for her. Whatever. Everyone that comes in this show now, all the spin-offs as well, they're there for fame. They're not there to find love, my personal opinion. Of course you're gonna get profit off of it and become famous, internet famous, and most people quit their jobs. She was definitely there for fame. So when they were talking in the pods, they're chittering, chattering, having a good time. I'm like, okay. But then when I started looking at her, a little bit more, I was already side-eyeing her. I'm like, she kept saying she's superficial, she not superficial, she kept looks very important to her, but they don't matter anymore. And she kept thinking about it, how Daniel looked. The way she comes off, she takes care of herself, good for her, but she's high maintenance, a little high maintenance for other men. So she needs someone very specific, for her. So I don't think Daniel asked her. When she said, I've been in 2 relationships, I never said I loved you. Okay, I get it. I'm the same way. But she also said she was cheating on both relationships. And then her parents, were divorced. So you put all that together, smush it all together, and it's you have commitment issues. And that's normal. A lot of people have commitment issues. But she's very distant. She said she's not good at showing love. And also mixing that together with everything else, not good. No. Mm-hmm. And through their, they got engaged, obviously. And through their not trial marriage, this is not the ultimatum. Through their, them, being together on the show, I always got the sense, and it came off too, that Daniel was way into her than she was into him. It's she was reciprocating, the love, and the attention he was giving her, but she wasn't giving it back really. And she did say she's not good at, telling people I love you, showing it and stuff. So yeah, Daniel was probably like the best man on that show, but complete opposite of Hani. Hani seems more extroverted. She's very spirited from what we can see. She dresses a certain way, which a lot of people did not like that. I mean, hey, like, it's how she dresses, whatever. I mean, she's not like naked. I mean, she shows skin, but it's not like everything. So I don't have a problem with that. Like, of her dressing that way, her being high maintenance. Hey, there might be someone out there for her, But Daniel was clearly not the one. So when she was flirting with Elias, she was fucking flirting. That's cheating, in my personal opinion. That makes me wonder, what was she like in her two other relationships? Was she flirting with them or being friendly? And was she the one who actually cheated? Like maybe slept with someone, kissed someone else, whatever, hooked up with someone else. Like, I always think of that when it's stuffy. When someone, like a man or a woman, when they're like, I've been cheated on all my relationships or most of my relationships. What did you do to you get cheated on? That doesn't mean it was right. It was right for the person to cheat on you. But it's like, come on, like you have to do something for that person. For both of your relationships, both people in the relationships that were with you, to want to cheat on you. Like, what were you doing? Like, were you flirting with other people? Like, were you being suspicious? Like, what was it? Like, it comes off very victim mentality. Like, oh, poor me, I was cheated on twice. It's like, I don't know, like, that's very suspicious to me. So, when, she was flirting with Elias, she was clearly smiling and having a good time. I don't think she liked him. I think it genuinely liked him, like that. Like, I think she liked the attention. Like, she just, like, liked to banter with him, flirt and stuff. Like, she liked the attention she's getting. And Elias clearly took it the wrong way, and I do not blame him for taking it that way, because it's like, if a woman is flirting with you, like all up in your face, and she's like twirling her hair and shit, giggling, like she was laughing a lot, and she clearly likes to laugh, but like she was laughing like everything he was saying was fucking funny, was not. I understand why he mistook it. I mean, it's both their fault. Elias isn't good either. I'm gonna get to him afterwards. Him and Elena. And when she was talking to Daniel, gaslighting him and lying to him, she was like, I don't know where he got the idea. Girl, you were flirting with him. And then, when she was like, what's her chat? And she was like, do you want me to test him? What the fuck are you doing? And Elena, girl, why would you allow that? This is a foil. Concoction I made a hope. Okay. Gotta get under here, because it's dry. So, yeah, like, and then Elena's watching the entire thing, and she's saying she's not upset, but like you're upset, like you're just passive. Like she's very agreeable, from what we saw on the show. Like, why are you testing your friends? Your friends. I don't think any of them are actually fucking friends, because it's showing in the reunion. I'm gonna get to that later on. My personal opinion. Testing your friend is just no. You're a bad friend. You're a bad person in general. If you're like, oh, let me test them, like, if you have to. And then she was also testing Daniel's jealousy, because what she said, jealousy is a problem, but clearly Daniel has a little bit jealous problems. I think it's healthy to be a little bit jealous, not like serial killer jealous, not like psychopath, like who are you talking to, like looking at their phone and shit. Like, if it comes to that, leave the relationship. That's it. It's not healthy. She was testing him, and she knew she was doing it. She's conscious of what she's doing, but she's still doing it. Like, no. I think. Also think. Let me rewind. Let me go back a little bit. I would have loved to see what would have been like if Hani and Elias got together and, they met face to face and got engaged. Like, would she have liked him, honestly? Like, would she have, found him attractive? Because she apparently found Daniel attractive. Don't know how true that. Don't know. I don't think she did, personally. Like, would she have been the same way with Elias as she was with Daniel, There's, like, so much going on in the show, so I'm, like, going by thought mainly. I did take notes, and I didn't memorize most of the notes. But, the show was so chaotic, so of course you're going to be like, oh my gosh, what was that? What happened, Yeah, her and Elias, no good. Like, I 5,000% believe that if Elias saw Hani in real life, he would be all on that. He would be on that, like, white on rice, baby. Like, he would be like, I need that. I need her. I want her. Like, he was really into her, and I saw something on TikTok. His ex-girlfriend, don't know her name. She looks exactly like Hani. Blue eyes, the blonde hair. I'm going to assume it's bleach because you can see the roots. Like, looks just like her. He definitely has a type. He likes blonde, and he thought Alina was blonde. I understand why he thought that too, because when I hear the name Alina, I think blonde. I do. Like, I think like bleach blonde, like really like blonde hair, blue eyes, light eyes. Like very pretty girl. Not saying Alina's pretty. Like, she's very pretty. Like, she's just more like, she's just, like, not like a bombshell like Hani. Like, she's not like the stereotypical beauty standard, So I understand why why he thought she was blonde. I would think that too, honestly. And he was upset that she was blonde from what it seemed like. Like, that'd be funny. Like, I can just imagine him being looking at her, be like, have you ever thought of going blonde? Like, he likes blonde. It's very evident he likes blonde, from his ex-girlfriend to Hani. Like, he that's his type. And Alina, she is his safe choice. That's it. She's his safe choice. Nothing else. My personal opinion. So, and when Daniel, obviously, he wasn't asking questions. He wasn't like, oh, well, were you flirting with him? Blah blah. Like, that was me. I would have been asking questions. Like, I would have been like, had eyes on her like a hawk. That's also not healthy. Like, if you're in a relationship with that, you have to have your eyes on him like a hawk. Also, like the relationship, you can learn a lot from this show. I mean, I sure hope you are. As viewers watching it. Elias and Alina. Alina is very, very gullible, very passive, very agreeable, too nice, too sweet. She's not aggressive enough. I'm not gonna. That's a bad way to put it. I'm not gonna. Not aggressive. Upfront, like cutthroat. Like, just says it like it is. She needs to be like that with him. Like, from what the show was showing us, my foot falling asleep. She seems very go with the flow, very like, okay, yeah. She did say that cheating was a big no for her, and I already got the impression that he's a cheater. Just something in my gut was like, something about him doesn't seem right. Like, and I've been cheated on before once in a relationship that actually I know of. So it's like, once like you go through that, you can smell a cheater. Like, you look at them and you're like, nope, I get that vibe from you. So when he, said he cheated, and I hated the way he, was talking about it, he was like, I don't know why I did it, but I still stand by it. You don't know why you did it. Yes, you do. You're a liar. And 2 years, you stand by it. So you stand by being a cheater? No, absolutely not. Like, to me, once a cheater, always a cheater, and I'll explain why. That's because my foot freaking fell. It's because I have my foot like that. Let me shake my foot. Shake it around. Okay, that's better. Because once you cheat, you program your mind to go to that. So when things are going tough, you're not getting your way, you're not getting attention, most people will go back to cheating or try to cheat. So I really do believe that. Some people, very few people really ever cheat again. Like, and obviously cheating, you know. Everyone's definition of cheating is different. For me personally, it's the flirting, giving someone attention, emotional cheating. That can, you know, it could look like cheating, but it could just be venting. So it counts as cheating, but it just depends on the situation, like in the story, you know. Yeah, like emotional cheating is a little bit more tricky, but physical cheating, no. No. I think Ellie is, like, he's a sex addict. Like, he kept talking about sex. It's like, oh my gosh, dude, like, when was the last time you got laid? How many times have you been laid? Like, how many times have you been rejected? And, like, how often do you watch porn and jack off? Like, it's giving porn addiction, sex addiction. He's a creep. He's gross. No. And Elena just is putting up with all this shit. She's too nice, too passive, all that stuff. That makes me wonder what she was like in her relationship before this. And she also did say, if this was real life, girl, this is real life, even though it's TV show, this is real life. Don't know what you're talking about. She would have left already, you know, with everything going on. But why didn't she leave? I mean, you know, like, they make you sign, like, a bunch of papers, NDA probably. They have rules and stuff, so that's understandable, but, like, a lot of other people leave, so I don't understand why she didn't leave. So their connection to Pods was pretty good from what it looked like. Minus, you know, I can talk about the sex thing and all the time, but they're both Geminis. I don't think two Geminis are together. I love Geminis, by the way. It's kind of my favorite air sign. But you put two Geminis together, it's chaotic. I don't know about that. Like, maybe if, like, one person's, like, on the Gemini Taurus cusp, maybe, you know, depending on their mood sign and all that stuff, but them together, no. It's giving fake relationship. It's giving, I'm fine with this. I don't love it, but I'm fine with it, you know? And she was clearly in love with him. She's your classic hopeless romantic, like, dreaming about her wedding, having kids one day, all that, so, like, and Elias is very, from what it seems like to me, wishy-washy. Like, I don't know, like, apple, orange, pear, banana, you know? Because, he was stuck on Honey. Like, he was fascinated by her. Like, he clearly had feelings. And like Daniel said, he clearly has feelings, and, you know, it was an issue. It was, you know, he was stirring the pot. And, oh, excuse me, oh my god. Excuse me. Had a ginger ale earlier because my stomach was hurting. So, yeah, Elias is like, no, like, creep. Like, he probably has a bunch of porn on his computer, watches all the time, like, oh, no. Then he's like sassy with her. Like, the way he was, like, talking back to Elena, it's like, oh, okay, sass. Like, tone it down. Tone it down, like, 10 notches. Like, I don't want this sass from you, okay? Calm down, dude. And, he was obviously lying to the cameras. He's like, yeah, no, I don't have feelings for Honey, whatever the bullshit he was saying, And then he would confess later on. Like, you think Elena's not going to watch this back? You think she's going to be okay with this later on? No. But they're still married in the reunion. Let's talk about that later as well. And Elena, she said something weird. She said a lot of weird things. She said that he reminds her of her brother. I hate that saying. I hate that. It's fucking weird. Like, when people are, oh, he reminds me of my brother. What do you mean? The good or the bad qualities? Like, like, I personally cannot date someone who reminds me of my brother. Ugh. Nope, for multiple reasons. Yeah, I guess they're happy. Whatever, like, I can't see them getting divorced. Like, later on in the future. After having kids, like, I can see her, like, being barefoot, having his kids. And then something happens. And then they divorce. We will see in time. Okay, who's next? Is it Fabio? Pascal? Alberta, short for Alberta. And Shella. Okay. Is it Fabio? Fabio and Alba, aka Alberta. He was asking valid questions. Like, she is, how old is she? 24, 25? And he was like 32 around there, like mid-30s around there. Early 30s, mid-30s. Yeah, I think he was way too old for her. Like, that's a big age gap. And she's saying, she's ready. She wants to be a mom early. She wants to be married early. I think getting married and having kids in your 20s is it's not even plugged in my laptop. Is absolutely the worst idea ever. I mean, for other people it's different, but I personally think, no, like, you should live your life. You're very, very, she's very young. Like, she's stunning. She's the most gorgeous one there, in my personal opinion. She's stunning, beautiful. Like, she looks like a model. I don't think she's a model. I think Shella's a model. Like, she could be a model. Like, she's absolutely beautiful. And she was doing too much on the pods. She was like always crying and shit, hard to open up. That's the point of this show. You need to open up to people. You need to be able to like move fast, open up fast, like. Have you not seen the show before, girl? Like, come on. I hated that there was not an English dub, because who wants to read the entire time? Like, for that I will actually read a book. Y'all need to get on Netflix, like, with all like the international versions of Love Is Blind. Make an English dub, because people don't want to read. They want to watch the show, actually. In Alberta, she's the youngest one. No, she should have never been there. She's too pretty, too young to be going through this. And Fabio was very valid. He seemed fine in the pods. Like, I think their connection was better than him and Shella. And Shella liked him, I guess. But I don't think she did not. She definitely did not like him as much as Pascal. Like, I think it's because, like, she obviously saw stability, and, Pascal felt it. He was more certain. Fabio was like, I don't know. Like, what do you mean you don't fucking know? Like, if you don't have a decision, like, a couple days in, you should not be on this show. Like, even if it's like fake, you're placating it, you're like you're manipulating your behavior to make it appear. We're on the show. It's reality TV. This show moves really fast. You should be engaged by like the third day, in my personal opinion. And it was like when he was breaking things off with Alba, like Alba was like, why? I was like, okay, like calm down, like just take it on the chin, like, you know what? Not meant to be. She did redeem herself later on. And Shella, when they had their date, it was their last date, I believe. She broke it off with him, and he was like devastated. He was like, okay. So he went, I'm pretty sure he went to Alba, because he had no other option. He was like, oh my gosh, no, she doesn't want me, so I have to go back to my second option. You should never be someone's second option. If they don't want you from the get-go, don't let them have access to you afterwards. And Shella clearly went for Pascal, and Fabio went up to talk to him. He took it like a champ. He's like, okay, whatever, because he was more into Alba. He wants her, and when he saw her, woof, he couldn't take her eyes off her. So Shella gets engaged to Pascal, and Pascal, he was fucking stale in the pods, like stale as day old bread. Like he was just there. He was not giving her anything, pretty much, just very boring to watch. Even like during like their meet, when they finally saw face to face, like it was very uneventful. I'm like, I don't think he likes her, and it's very telling to me when they meet face to face for the first time, like how they kiss, how they interact, do they hug each other? Is it awkward? Like that tells me how the rest of it's gonna go, how the rest of the relationship's gonna play out on the show. So of course, later on during the season, Pascal's the one to break it off because he wasn't feeling it. You weren't feeling it from the beginning. Like she was your safe option. Like you just wanted he wanted airtime. He wanted to get engaged. He wanted to be noticed. Go far. Understandable. But like he could have at least like put on an act better. Like if it's not authentic, if it doesn't come off real, fake it till you make it, baby. And he wasn't doing that. He was just there. So I'm not surprised he broke it off, and Shella did come back for the other get together after he broke up with her, and she wanted to give it another try. And when she said a story, she was talking about her old relationship in the pods, how she moved abroad for him. She had no friends in that city. Blah blah blah. Ladies, don't ever do that. Or men too. Like, people, don't ever do that. It's like, that's a trap. That is manipulation. It's control tactic. If that person is telling you, like, oh, you should move with me, like, across, like, to wherever where you have no friends or family, run. That person does not care about you. That person wants to trap you, most likely. And then she stayed in that relationship. It was like, what was it, 5-year relationship? It seems to me like she didn't learn her lesson, because she was willing to give another shot when this man did not show you any interest, girl. Not like Fabio really liked her until he saw Alba. So they broke up. I wonder how many days it was in. Who's next? Marcel and Jen. I'm gonna get them out the way. Jen, she seemed fine. She's more extra. Jen and Marcel, very different. Complete end of opposites. Completely different. Jen, very, she's a very bubbly, very active, very lively person, and Marcel is extremely introverted, extremely quiet. Like, and I'm very introverted, but like I talk still. Like I'm not just like, you know, like a monk. That's nuts. Like he was very, very, very quiet. Like you, the whole premise of the show is to talk to you and get to know them. Like you can't just connect with eyes. You need to talk to them. You need to, find out about them. The worst parent this season. Marcel is fucking creepy. He's giving cult leader. It's fucking weird. Like he might as well like just become a monk now because he's very quiet. He likes the quiet. It's too much, honestly. Too much of like being introverted or extroverted is just not good because it's like you're just like shoving in people's faces and not like on purpose. Just like that's just who you are. So of course people are gonna be like, whoa, okay, this is too much, What I don't have a problem with. It's like his staring. He's a Scorpio. He's a double Scorpio. So of course, he has that Scorpio gaze. When I first saw him, I was like, he's a Scorpio. I can just feel the energy. He's a Scorpio for sure. It's like, not the staring, sorry, the gaze, yeah. The gaze doesn't bother me, but the staring is a little bit weird. Like, and it's like, if he was staring for like a couple of seconds, okay, but he was like hardcore staring, like, that's fucking weird, no. And he hated when Jen talked. Like, you can tell he was over that shit. Like, they weren't a good fit. They weren't able to be around each other because they're so opposite, and both of them very defensive, can't take shit, can't take criticism, take shit personal, They're just a bad fit, and I'm glad Jen cut off the engagement. When they were at the dress fitting, she was crying in the dress. I loved her dress. I liked all the women's dresses. I loved hers the most. And she wasn't feeling it. And you have to ask, like, is it the dress, or is it the situation, or is it the guy? Like, do you know deep down you should not be with this guy? And she knew. And, meeting her mom was a big deal. She sat him down. I'm going to assume they were in a hotel room or something, and that's what it looked like. And he had that other jacket on. And, she broke it off. Of course, he wanted to, make it work. If you have to make a relationship work, it's not going to work out. At least, my opinion. A relationship, obviously, it's going to be a little push and pull. You're going to have to, sacrifice a little bit, sacrifice some things. You're going to have to work things out. But, if all you're doing is making it work, just end the relationship. It's going nowhere at all. That's not a relationship. That's work. That's a full-time job. It's not fun. You're not enjoying the relationship at all. You're trying to make it work so much that the joy is gone. So they broke up. I'm not surprised by that. And then the third couple that broke up was Tolga. I always forget his name. Tolga. And Sheila. They also broke up. Not surprised by that too. Tolga was another wishy-washy person. Let me go back actually. So the tux fitting. Boy, I don't care about that. All of them looked blasé. But Daniel's suit the cream was different, but still no color. So next, not talking about that. Don't care about that. So Tolga and Sheila broke up. Sheila, yeah. And Sheila was hella like a con artist in the pause, because she was saying, she's a strong person, blah blah blah, and she's like a little girl inside. Why didn't you present yourself like that? Because she was coming out. She was like over confiscating, over explaining. You know what I mean? I can't think. I'm tired. It's like, what time is it? It's like 2:20 in the morning right now. Because I always film videos of this. So I can't think straight. But my power through it. She was very, very aggressive. It's like, oh my gosh, okay, calm down. Like, there's up front and there's aggressive. She was extremely aggressive. It's like, okay. And the way she went up to Hannah, I'm like, girl, that's unnecessary. Just like how Shella did to Alba, went up to her. You only have the conversation. Stop being so aggressive like this. It's coming off like mean girl. Just stop. You focus on your relationship, that's it. So Sheila was like, I'm all into him, blah blah. Like she did show more interest. I do believe him with that when he said that. And Toga obviously, liked that. He liked that, that she showed more interest. He claims, he likes dominant women, a strong woman. And I'm so glad she brought up, yeah, men say that, but they don't mean it. And you see that a lot with the black community. With black women. Especially, like, black men, they say that to black women. They're like, I like a strong woman. They say that, they don't mean it. What they really want is someone they can push around, that has a lot of patience. That's a theme this season. They have Sean's patience. They wait hand and foot on me. That's what he wants. He wants that type of woman. So Hannah would have been perfect for him. So Sheila wasn't that, So they broke up, like, Toga broke up cut off the relationship, the engagement, like, I guess a couple of days in when they're, I guess they're in, where were they, Greece or something like that? They were abroad. And Sheila looked like she didn't take it well. I mean, understandable, because, like, you assume you're getting married in this show and you're not. Yeah, like, and Toga wasn't helping either. He was like, Hannah, Sheila. Hannah seems more like his type. I hope she didn't take up on that offer. After one day we were talking, they met up. She came to one of the other pool parties or whatever, the meetups, because I don't think he'll do right by her. I think he'll just use her, like, wear her thin. Toga very much comes off like a fuckboy. He did say in the pods, I look like a fuckboy. I'm not. If a guy says that, he's a fuckboy. Believe what these men say. So they broke up. That's 3 couples. Wow, that's a lot of couples to say. So half the couples just, it didn't work out. They're done, And he was so happy when he saw Hannah. He was like, oh, I get to talk to her, and I'm surprised he found her attractive. I'm surprised he found her attractive, because he's like Honey. He's very superficial. Looks are very important to him. So much so that it, like, overtakes everything else, And Hannah is beautiful. I believe she's Turkish. I think she's Turkish, or she looks Turkish. I like her hair. Like, her eyes are very pretty. Her face is pretty. Like, and I have seen online on Reddit people, talking about their bodies, like Honey's body. Honey's not fat. She's just, she has a thicker build, and Hannah's not fat either. She's thicker. None women are fat in this show. No one, from what I saw. So it was about his ego, just like Hannah said, and Sheila, like, fed into that, even though she knew, how he was, and he kept saying, like, toxic Sheila and toxic Toga. What's with this toxic, like, shit? Like, that shit's not funny. Come on, like, he has problems. Like, that makes me wonder what his past relationships were like. Like, were they also toxic? Or was he the toxic? Was he more the toxic one? Was the girl more the toxic one? Like, No. He needs, I think he needs to take, he needs to take a lot of time to himself, go to therapy, find himself or something, because he should not be on this show. Okay, what couple is... Let me go back, sorry. I'm like... When Fabio saw Alba, he was obviously sorry. He went to go talk to her. And I am so glad Alba was like, I'm not a second option. I'm going back to the girl. I'm going back to the girls. Good for you, because you're not a second option. You should never be a second option. He was stunned. Are there any more couples? Jen, Marcel, that's it. That's all the couples, right? Marcel and Jen. Hannah. Sorry, Hanny, Daniel, Elias, Alina, Hannah, Toga, Sheila, Pascal, Shella, and Alba. Okay, it's everybody, yeah. Okay. The reunion. I'm gonna go over the looks first. All the women looked beautiful. I liked all their dresses. My favorite dress was Hani's. It's a very nice dress. Wasn't doing too much. The color was nice. The red looks really nice on her. Yeah, all the women look nice. The tux, boring, don't care about that. The host actually did ask questions, so that's good. I'm glad they did. Alina's dress, it was nice. It was conservative. There was nothing wrong with it. I liked her makeup though. Her makeup looked really nice. Her makeup during the weddings, I did not like the makeup there. Like, first, I don't know, like, it made her look like, I don't know, it's just me, or I'm just seeing things, but I think it wasn't the right shade to look like, and like, like, it made her look old, and it didn't look blended very well. Like, I don't know what was going on. I didn't like it at all. So, who am I talking about first? Hani and Daniel. I am 42 minutes in this video, so it's definitely going to be an hour. How the fuck do you go from engaged, almost married, to situationship or fuck buddy, friends with benefits, whatever they are? What the actual fuck? Like, she clearly likes him enough, you know, the attention she's giving her to like fuck him, you know? But I don't think they're dating. They looked somewhat cozy on the couch. So it came out that and it was, what was it, like 4 people. It was like Elias, Alina, Jen, and someone else, I believe. Oh, I forgot a couple. What's her name? Sally and Marcel. I'll circle back to them here after this. It came out that she called him a loser and a puppy. I mean, she's not wrong about the puppy comment, because he was following her around like a puppy. He was like, oh, love me. Like, I don't know if he's a loser, but puppy definitely. The moment they showed her on screen, I'm like, that she's gonna be the villain. Nope, she's very superficial. Don't like her. She gave Mean Girl, and that just solidified it for me. She is Mean Girl for sure. And the way she was, you know, just like with Alina, like, do you want me to like to test him? Like, what are you doing, girl? Then all up in her face, like, oh, I love you. Fake as fuck. No. She's like the Jess the Jess of the American version. So it seems So it seems like they're together somehow. Don't know how. We don't know. They didn't clarify. Wish they did. And Daniel is still defending her. Dude, you need a fucking backbone. You are way too nice. Too nice, too kind. Maybe that's why she doesn't like you like that. Who knows? I did not like that Hannah wasn't there, that we didn't get a clarification. If they, they tried things, or they dated or something. I wish she was there to clarify, but he wasn't. But she wasn't. Toga and Sheila. Sheila? Yes, Sheila. Sheila and Sheila. That's very confusing. He did not come off good at the reunion. He was talking about how he gets along with Honey because their looks. He told Sheila something. What did he say? He said, you don't know how it feels to be reduced to your looks? Like, I think that's what he said. Like, I guess, is he calling her ugly? Because I don't think she's ugly. I think she's gorgeous. Like, none of the women are ugly. So, that comment was just, yucky. And Honey's just sitting there smiling and shit, like, girl, no. Both of them, two of the main villains this season. There's always, like, multiple villains every season. And, I will say, he actually had the balls, I'm glad he did, to actually break it up. Unlike, unlike other people taking it all the way to the altar. And, breaking up there, just do it beforehand. Do it beforehand. One couple had to get married. It's like required. One couple has to get married. So Elena and Elias unfortunately got married. None of them should got married, but that's the premise of the show. One couple has to get married. So he broke it off at the very least. So okay, I'll give him brownie points for that. And Sheila, she didn't portray herself, as she is in the pod. She was trying to come off, independent woman, strong, all this stuff. She wants a man. She wants to be babied. She wants to be treated like a princess. That's perfectly fine, but, like, don't lie about it, And she told a stupid fucking story that I'm just like, why? Why is this story important? Like, it's fucking stupid. The sandcastle story. She was saying how, like, they were at the beach or something, and he saw, and they walked past a sandcastle. And Toga was like, should I destroy or whatever? He jumped on top of it. Yes, it's fucked up to, like, do that to a kid. But, like, this story has no relevance. It's stupid. Like, this is like the stupid Tangerine story. Like, Zainab, and, what's his name? The one she was paired, the one she got engaged to. Stupid story. Like, the story did not add anything to the problems in the relationship. Like, if she had a different story to tell, okay, maybe, but story not interesting. No. Sally and Medina. I forgot about them because they were very boring. So, I'm gonna circle back a little bit. So, in the pods, it seemed like they had a good connection. They're both Christian lovers. They're faith-based, blah, blah, blah. They're like Ashley and Liler from the most recent season of Love is Blind. And Medina was saying things in the pots that was questionable, like red flags. He was saying, I'm not, sometimes I don't have compassion or whatever he said. It's like, okay, I don't know about that. Could not stand the way he dressed. The glasses, the braids, no. Like, he looked better during the reunion. I didn't even recognize him. Like, the haircut looks so much better on him. Like, those braids were, like, weighing him down. He's not, and I don't think he's, like, fat necessarily. I think he's just, like, he's maybe a little bit overweight, but, like, just, he's bulkier. He's thicker, So, I'm glad he got rid of the glasses. Was not working. No. And Sally was talking on the pods how, she's a Leo. For her birthday, it's like her friends find it annoying that, such Leo things do. It's like a birthday, week, birthday month, whatever. And Medina was like, I'm the same way. It's like a birthday marathon. They seem to get along with that. So, excuse me. very burpy today. So they got engaged. I am so happy no woman asked the man to marry them, because ew, like what is that? Personally, that's a no for me. That's a man's job. If the man wants you enough, he will propose to you. So they got engaged and they met, and oh my god, that was the most awkward meetup ever. It was so uncomfortable because he kept laughing. He kept laughing in the pause, and she did ask him, "Are you laugh? You laugh a lot." He's like, "Yeah," and he was saying when they met up afterwards, I'm surprised they met up. I'm surprised she still had the engagement ring. I'm surprised. They still continued. They should have not. No. He was laughing like the entire time. My phone keeps going off. Okay. Whatever. Message. And he was laughing the entire time. Just laughing. Like, it was uncomfortable, and it came up like he was laughing at her. Like, I would have been like that too. I'd have been like, "Are you laughing at me? Like, why are you laughing so much?" It was, you can physically see she was uncomfortable. And you can, and he did say, "My biggest fear is Sally not being my type." He seemed attracted to her. I don't know. But, wow, that was even more uncomfortable than Brittany's and Leo's meetup. He wasn't laughing at place, but like that, he was like Mr. Giggles, like just laughing. And she left, as she should. She should have not came back though. And they meet his parents. That didn't go well. The mom was like, I'm kidding, she wasn't like this, but she was sitting just like, the table, observing, and I was on her side, like, you need more time for this. It just didn't seem like, it wasn't gonna work out. Same thing with Honey and Daniel's parents. I don't think they met her parents, no. Yeah, his mom was like, I think she needs more time, and she was right. So it seems like the parents know their children this season. That's good, because a lot of times these parents on the show, and they don't know their kids at all. So they got all the way to the altar. They had a argument before then, and that's when I was like, nope, she's gonna say no, because I originally thought she was gonna say yes, just for like the faith reasons, to for Christian reasons, to be like, okay, let's make this work, like, and they're discussing how they were, they like to both be in control of things. That's a problem for me. I think that's a problem. And it's like he was struggling to tell her he likes her, he loves her. Like, that's really hard. Like, that, not hard, sorry. That's weird. Like, why is it so hard for you to tell her you love her? Alina had no problem telling Elias she loved him. Elias has the same problem. He wouldn't tell her he loves her. He just kept saying, "I like you." Maybe he was like apprehensive, but yeah, no. Like, if you're not saying "I love you" before the weddings, I don't think it's gonna work out. So they got to the altar, right? And she said no, which was very shocking. And Medina, I would love to know what Medina would have said. Maybe he would have said yes. I don't know. But what Medina said was, this is the end of the experiment or something, but it's not the end of this. So I'm going to assume they didn't clarify to the reunion. So I'm going back to the reunion now. I completely forgot about them. It seemed like during the reunion, like, they did try to make it work. They dated a little bit, or maybe they're just friends, But they seem like on good terms now. They did party afterwards. They didn't let the reception go to waste, because I saw on TikTok. But they seem better as friends. Hopefully, if that's the case, it is what it is. That's good. They're not on bad terms. Who is next? Marcel, Jen. Am I gonna do Marcel and Jen now? I'm actually gonna save Elias, Elena, and Shella for last. So Marcel and Jen. Jen, was saying the same old things, like, I couldn't be myself around you, blah blah blah, and Marcel was, was saying the same old things too. Like, I was trying to get close to you, blah, blah, blah. Stupid conversation was going nowhere. They weren't good for each other, that's it. Like, there's really not much to say about them because it was a bad match, period, that's it. Nothing they said was really wow or tea, So, who's next? Elias and Alina. Boy, oh boy, this was tea. This was hot, piping tea. Alina was clearly upset when with Hani, because Hani was saying those things about Daniel, and she didn't like that. And then she probably watched the footage back, and she saw that, what we all saw, that her and Elias had more conversations than we thought they did, and they were saying more. And Hani was saying how, like, I didn't like him like that, blah, 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 blah. People were commenting about how I dress. I think that's fucking stupid. Those people need to get a life. But she wasn't naked. It was fine. How, like, they were just friends and everything. Like, no, girl. Like, you were trifling. You were stepping on people's toes, being an attention seeker. And that's all she got of it. She apparently already quit her retail job. I mean, not her retail, sorry. Her, she sells homes, whatever, that job. And, she's doing the influencer or whatever now, I guess. Or she wants to be on TV, but she doesn't want to share her personal life. Whatever, girl. So, the footage was, was shown to us, and she was saying, I usually don't give compliments, blah, 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 whatever she said next, and she was asking him, you think you can handle this? That does not make you look at a girl. It doesn't. It makes you look even worse. And Elena was clearly pissed off. She was clearly uncomfortable. And Elias chimed in. And he said, you were leading, like, you were flirting with me, you were leading me on, which she was, and she doesn't want to admit it. She doesn't want to admit that, she was doing all that. She's blaming it all on Elias. She cannot take the blame. She can't admit it. She's very stubborn, very hard-headed, and very delusional. And Elias was talking about, there's one how, like, she doesn't want to take his last name, but she ended up taking his last name. His last name is Papas, I believe. I think that's a very common German last name, or whatever he is. Pretty sure he's German. Not sure if Elena is. And she did change it. She came with a box, and I know people were like, "Oh, she's pregnant." No, she's not pregnant. I think she changed her last name. Like, girl, for all that in a box, like, you couldn't just, like, said it out loud. Bringing a box and, like, having people in the edge seat, like, she's pregnant with his child already. Freaking, like, placating us and shit. So Elias was talking about how, like, she's so patient. Patient? You mean she has to be patient because you're fucking annoying. Like, you irk her nerves, Don't know if they're gonna last, honestly. Don't know. Nope. Wow. They were going ham on Hani. Like, she got the most, and it pissed me off that Elias did not get much of the heat. Like, he did not get no as much of the heat as Hani. If not, he should have gotten more, because he was the one, being flip-floppy back and forth, but Hani was just flirting, and I do understand why she got a lot of heat, but I also don't, because you can clearly see, like, she just liked the attention. She liked to flirt, that's it, she was just flirting with him. It didn't mean anybody, and she just shut him down, and they weren't, and she said, we can't be friends, so that's good. But girl, a little bit too late, you shut him out before. Shella? Shella didn't say much. I actually forgot what she said. She didn't say much. Whatever. Alba wasn't there. Wish Alba was there to see what she should have said. Like, did Fabio reach back out to her? Did they try? Did they meet up for coffee or something? Was Pascal there? I think he was there. I don't remember him, honestly. Yeah, no, I don't remember him all that much, so. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, this season was bonkers. It was really good. I was shocked. Wish there was an English dub, but you know what? We can all practice our reading, so it's fine. Yeah, I would give it 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 because minus because there's no English dub, but it was really good. There was so much going on. It was chaotic. Like, who knew the Germans were this messy? Oh my god. Like, I would have thought the Germans would have been, like, more pleasant, you know? But no, like, they were even messier than the Americans. Wow. I cannot wait for season 2. I will be watching all the seasons. Like, Chris Colleen, give me, like, 5, 10, 15, 20 more seasons of Love is Blind Germany. I will be watching, I will be critiquing, and making content off of it. So, I hope you enjoyed my video. I know this is all over the place, but this season was all over the place. Just so much, it's hard to remember everything. So, I hope you enjoyed my video. I will be back with another video next week.